Okay, let us see how to execute the program using Linux. Now this is the screen of Fedora. This is activity. I will just left click on this. Now the window will open, and with the help of clicking showing apps, I will be open. I will be able to open the text editor. Just double click on the text editor. Now the text editor is open for me. Let us do it once again. Okay, the text editor is open for me. Okay, I will add one more file. Now I will close this. I will repeat it once. One more file. This is with new document. The file name is new document. Okay, now let us type, or let us try to type one program, that is echo. What is job of echo? Echo is used to display something on screen. Okay, echo enter any number. This is user input. Okay, and now read is used to memorize something, and a, and after that echo, within that dollar a, that is already covered. Okay, here will be the number is. Okay, now I will try to save this. Now just click on this. After that, save as. This will get opened. After that, I will type the number p1.sh. P1 stands for program, and .sh is the extension. It stands for shell. I will just save. Here it is already existing. I will just write it as replace. Now the question arises that how to execute this program. Now click on activities, click on show app, click on terminal. After that, this terminal will get open for you. Now this is my program p1.sh. Currently it's showing the web. Web means I am at home. Now just look at this. I am at home. In home I am at folder Prajakta, and in that I am with p1.sh. Directly I can execute my program, as I haven't put it, my program in any kind of directory. Whenever I am not putting my program in any kind of directory, it will be in the home directory, which will be the root directory in case of Linux. Okay, now let us try to execute the program. This is the terminal screen. Okay, and this is the program screen. White is the program screen, that is the text editor, and here is the black screen, which is terminal. Now let us try to execute. We cannot execute the program directly, or we cannot execute the file directly which is saved with sh or any kind of. Okay, for that we have to take the permission. Now let us take the permission. How to take the permission? The command used for taking permission is chmod space plus x filename.sh. In my case, p1.sh is my file. Now I am having the permission to execute. Now how to run? Dot dash and the name of file p1.sh. As you are able to see, here is enter any number. I will just enter 21. It will be read whenever I am taking input from user. It is saved in the variable a with the help of read command. We will use read whenever we are taking input from user for memorizing. That is already covered. Now as you able to see, the number is $a. $a is used to access the predefined value of the mentioned variable. Now this is the very much simple program we have already gone through. Now let us take the call of making a folder. Let us learn something new with the help of Linux. Okay, what is folder or what is directory? I will say directory in Linux is same as folder, or we can say that directory is the folder in Linux which can save these several files. Okay, now question arises in your mind that how to make that directory. For making the directory, command is mkdir. Mk stands for make and dir stands for directory. What is syntax? Mkdir make a directory, mkdir space directory name. In my case, I want to create directory name Linux 2025. Now I have created the directory, but I am not in that directory. How to identify I am not in that directory? This is the wave. That wave indicates I am at root, I am not at particular directory. Now, how to switch for the particular directory? The command is cd, that is change directory, and syntax is cd space directory name. In my case, I want to switch from this root to the directory that is Linux 2025 made by me. Okay, I will type the name Linux cd space Linux 2025. Now look at the change. Previously it was just a dollar, and now instead of dollar I am at Linux 2025. I am in that directory now. Now for saving, okay, I will go to this main menu and I will click save as, and the directory we have created is Linux 2025. Here is the directory. Now I will double click it and it's p1.sh. Now I am saving that p1.sh instead of root. I am saving that p1.sh inside the directory named Linux 2025. Here path is Prajakta is the home folder or root folder. Name of root folder in my case is Prajakta, and instead that root folder Linux 2025 is the directory created by me. Currently I am in the directory Linux 2025 and I am trying to save the program file p1.sh. Now mark the change. Directory name cannot have extension. I will repeat. Directory name cannot have extension. It is without extension. And file name must followed with extension. Whenever there is an extension .sh, it means it is a file. And whenever there is no any kind of extension, it is termed as directory. I am saving this program. Okay, now look at the change. Here is p1.sh, and before that there was just a wave, and path previously was home and just Prajakta. Now look at the change in path: home, Prajakta, Linux 2025, p1.sh. The path is also get changed. Now let us try to execute the same. Now for execution, p1.sh. As I termed earlier, what I have, how I retrieved the command previously executed. There are four keys on your keyboard. The keys are upward key or downward key, left hand side and right hand side. In that, press the upward key, it will execute the earlier command executed for you. I will just now once again I have to take the permission. Why? Because I have taken the permission for the previous directory and I haven't taken the permission in the change directory. That's why I have to take a permission. Once again, chmod. Instead I will just go with the upward key, chmod, yes, plus x, chmod space plus x p1.sh. Now I got the permission. Okay, let us execute. Enter the number. Once again, I will write the 21 and the number is 21. This is all about execution, how to execute the command using Linux terminal. Okay, now let us try to go with the simple command or simple program with the help of if. Okay, I will keep the file same. I have edited my content. I'm trying to execute the command or program of if. That's why I will write the command. How to write the command in Linux? With the help of hash, I am able to write the command. That is program for for taking the user input, or program for deciding the entered entered number is even or odd. Okay, now firstly, what is expected? I will take the input from user. And how to take the input from user? With the help of echo space in double quote enter in number. Okay, then whenever I am taking input from user, I will mention it with comment. Why comment? Comment will give the additional information about something. It's used for display. And read. Whenever I am taking input from user, I will use read for memorization. Read, and syntax of read is read space variable. Whenever I am putting anything after read, it will treat it as variable, and though I haven't mentioned or declared that variable before, it will not display any kind of error here. Okay, echo that entered number will be saved in A. What will be the next step then? I will use if for choosing or for deciding whether the entered number is even or odd. Now, what condition I am expected to do for if? What is syntax of if? If space in square bracket a, that is variable. But how can I take that? Dollar. Whenever I want to access the value of predefined variable, I must use dollar, and whenever I am using dollar, that is mandatory for me to have the double parenthesis. Outer parenthesis will handle the dollar, that is, or the outer parenthesis will helps us for storing the predefined value or taking this predefined value, and inner parenthesis is for the handling operations. Now a mod 2. After that, I will put the space and double equal to is the assignment operator, and with that assignment operator we are able to term, or we are able to categorize whether, or we are able to verify whether the left hand side is exactly equal to right hand side or not. In case the left hand side is exactly equal to right hand side, then only it will proceed. In case the left hand side is not exactly equal to right hand side, it will not go inside that if. It will execute the part which is outside that particular if statement. And if is called decision making statement. Why? If is called decision making statement. Why? Because if always used to give us the output in the form of binary. What do you mean by binary? Either in the form of 0 or 1. This is called making decision making statement. Okay. Okay, that case intelligence is also given. And after that, this is for memorization, and generally when when taking input from user. Able to understand? Whenever I am taking input from user, I will use read, and the syntax of for is in FOC or in the C language, the general syntax is if, I will write it here, if in simple parenthesis condition, and that parenthesis will get closed and curly bracket open and curly bracket close, and we are mentioning logic here, but this is not the part of Linux. In Linux we will put if then, instead of opening curly bracket and closing curly bracket, we will start if with then, and that opening curly bracket in Linux will replaced with then, and that closing curly bracket in C is replaced with phi in Linux, and the syntax is, this is case sensitive. F is, capital F is not expected, small f is expected, and I will repeat. If I am writing capital F, it will treat it as general sentence, but instead, or the comment part, but instead I will write it with small fi, that will be the closing bracket of if, okay, and inside that logic will be there, okay. I will just erase this part, and I will erase this part as well. Now I will try to execute the logic. Okay, if the entered number is considered or entered number is checked with modulus symbol, what is job of modulus? Job of modulus is for taking or checking the remainder. What is remainder? It is whenever we are dividing one number with another number, just it will fetch the remainder. It's not that it will fetch that remainder, or it's not that that number is always compared with other number for equal to. This is our condition, that a mod 2 equal to 0. But what is job of that modulus? It will check for remainder. Okay, then logic. What is our logic? If it is the condition, if the condition is true, it will print even in my case, and if the condition is false, then we have to go for the else part, and logic is expected. In that logic echo, if the condition is false, the number will be odd. Now as you are able to see, with the help of if, we are able to go with either true or false, either 1 or 0. That is the part. Okay, now let us try to proceed. Let us try to save this. I will just type Control and S. It will get saved. Now I don't want to change any kind of directory. The path is, I am at home. Home is saved with Prajakta in my case. In that I have created one more directory, that is Linux 2025. My program name is pwin.sh. If I want to save, if I want to change my program name, I will just click here. I will go to save as, and I will type program or even or .sh, and I will save it. That program will replaced with that even or .sh, and folder will remain same. In case you want to check, go to activities. Okay, we will check it later on. Just try to execute it. How to execute it? For executing, I have to go for terminal. In my case, terminal was open. Okay, I will just close on this. If the terminal is not open, how to open the terminal? Just left click, mouse left click is expected. Click on activities. Now click on the show app. Now click on the terminal. The terminal will get opened, and now we are able to observe the program as well as the terminal. Okay, now I have to, firstly I will go, this is the root. Okay, I am not here. Still, if I am trying to execute the program even or .sh, for the execution $, it will say no such file or directory. What can we do? Here is symbol of wave. It means I am at root. for changing my directory from root to Linux 2025. Which command we have seen? cd change directory space directory name Linux 2025. Now look at the change. Instead of root, I am at Linux 2025. Okay. Now before execution, I have to take permission from user. How can I take the permission? Chmod space plus x and even or dot sh. Okay. Now I have got the permission for execution. How to execute? Dot dash and program name dot sh. Even or dot sh. Now what is there? In first echo, enter any number. I will write 21. 21 is odd. You are saying it's showing odd. Let us try to execute it one more time. Enter any number. I will try to put 21. It's odd. Okay. I will type 22. It's even. It's showing even as well as odd. If the condition is true, it goes in the even part. If the condition is false, it goes in the else part. And this is what the if is. Now I will explain it once again. The syntax of if, how it differs from the syntax of your FOC or the C language, I will say. What is long form of FOC? Foundation of Computing, which is done with the help of C in our college. That's why Control S. I'm saving. Hash the syntax with C. Whenever I'm putting anything, here will be the dot. Whenever I'm saving, Control S, the dot will get disappeared. Dot indicates you haven't saved your program yet, or you haven't saved the updated program yet. Okay. Syntax with C is if, in simple parenthesis, the condition and curly bracket open, and here will be the logic and curly bracket close. Instead, now the syntax with Linux. Okay. Now Linux syntax is if space in square bracket. We have to mention the condition, and after that, instead of this opening parenthesis, I will write then, and instead of this closing parenthesis, I will write phi, and between that logic is expected. This is difference between syntax of C with if and syntax of if with Linux. Okay, I will try to execute. I will try to save this. This is program with decision making statement. This is start of if, start of if, and this is the end of if. This is the end of if. Okay. Now this was the decision making statement. Okay. Now we will proceed for the loops. Now question arises in your mind that we have seen variable. What is job of variable? Variable will act as a container, and actually according to the name, or as name suggests, variable varies in values. Contrast to the constants. Constant doesn't vary with value, and variable varies in value. Okay, now let us try to go for the loop. If is decision making statement. Whenever I am trying to decide, there are two options or there are a number of options there, then also we can use if, but in that case we cannot use if. Instead we will go for the else if ladder. Okay, we will see it gradually, but for today or for this moment, let us assume that whenever I want to decide something in the form of true or false, decision making statement, that is if, will be used. And whenever I am trying to put anything in the form of iterations and trying to decide something, then I will go for the loop. Let us try to do one more program with the loop. Okay, I will do it one more time. I have clicked. Okay, go to the activities, then click on show apps, then click on text editor. That text editor will get open for me. I will just click on this plus, that is new tab. New program will get open for me. I will close this even odd, and I will just type the new program. The new program is with while loop. Let us try to perform the program with while loop. Now one more comment I will add, that why comment is used for giving the additional information about something. Okay, I'm trying to put the program for displaying numbers from 1 to 10. Okay, and I will try to put, or I will try to write the program. Now in this case I know when to start. I want to start from 1, and when to end, I want to start at 10. Okay, here I can skip taking input from user. Now I can directly mention the variable and assign the value to the variable. This is termed as hard-coded value. Whenever we are not taking any input from user and we are directly assigning the value to particular variable, it is termed as hard-coded input. Okay, in my case variable name will be I is equal to 10. Remember, there must not be a space between I is equal to 10. In case of space, it will treat it as the different thing. Whenever there is space, it differs one term from another term. Okay, that's why avoid spacing whenever you are assigning any kind of value to the variable. Make sure that it must be in continuous form. I is equal to 10. In that, variable name is I and the value 10 is assigned to that variable. Okay, this is termed as variable declaration instead of var. That is short form for variable. You can write it variable. The full form can also be written. Okay, what will be the next step? We have declared the variable. I have written 10, but I want to type the number from 1 to 10. That's why I will write 1. That one value is assigned to that variable. Now let us try to proceed. I will write while space in square bracket. What is syntax of while? Just come to the syntax of while first. I will write it in the comment part. Syntax of while in Linux. Okay, the syntax is while space in square bracket. We will write the condition in square bracket will be closed, and instead of writing the curly bracket opening and close, like unlike an FOC, we will write do. Here will be the logic, and after that done. Okay, now let us try to analyze the syntax with syntax of C. Syntax of while in C. Okay, in C, while in simple parenthesis, here will be the condition is expected. Condition is expected, and after that curly bracket open and curly bracket close, and here logic is expected. Okay, here in Linux, while space in square bracket condition is expected, do instead of opening parenthesis. Okay, and done instead of closing parenthesis, and logic in between is same in both the cases. Now let us try to execute, or let us try to analyze the same program for printing or displaying numbers from 1 to 10. Now, how can I access the value which is stored in I? With the help of dollar. Dollar is used for accessing the predefined value to the variable dollar $I and dash LE less than or equal to, and when to stop at 10. We are expected to stop at 10. What that dash LE means? The dash LE, firstly, what is job of the dash? Dash indicates that I am different from this variable I. Whenever there is no dash behind anything, it is termed as variable, but it is different from that particular variable, and that's why the dash is mentioned. And what is the long form of that LE? LE stands for less than or equal to. Why less than or equal to? I have to display the numbers from 1 to 10. I want to include 10. In case I don't want to include 10, the number will be less than LT. Okay. Then try to start with do and try to stop at done. And now the logic. What logic is expected? I want to display the number, that's why echo dollar $I. But if I will just execute this program, it will just type 1. It will not get incremented. But in my case, I want to increment that. Why? Because I want to display the numbers from 1 to 10. Now the output till this, the output will be displayed is 1. Now let us try to Control S. I will while 1 dot sh. Here default extension will be txt. You are expected to change it with the help of sh. That's why. Why? Because sh stands for shell programming and txt will be just any file saving, and that is saved in the directory, same directory I am preparing for, that is Linux 2025. Once again I will repeat, my directory path is home, that is mentioned with Prajakta, and in that the directory I have created is Linux 2025. In that I have created one file with extension sh. Directory does not have any kind of extension. Okay. Now while in that, in square bracket, that is dollar $I, why dollar $I? To access the predefined value. What is dash LE? Dash LE stands for dash I am different from variable, okay, and LE stands for less than or equal to. If I will try to execute this program, activities and terminal. Okay, terminal is already open. I will just, no need to, once again, no need to execute that Linux 2025, that CD once again, because I am currently at the Linux 2025. I am not at root directory. I am in the directory created by me. So no need to do or execute that CD command once again. Okay. CD is not expected to execute. Now instead I have to take the permission for execution. How to take the execution permission? As we have done earlier, event.sh, I will just, okay, and I will just the program name, I will just change the name of program, that is while one. Always remember that do not put the keyword for saving any kind of file. Whenever we want to save the file name with keyword, then put one here. Okay, we will try to execute. Now we got the execution permission. For execution dot dash while one dot sh, it's typing 10 for 10 times. It's displaying 10 for several times. Okay, instead, now if I will increment, that is I is equal to I plus 1, but I have to put it with a dollar. Why? Because I is already defined, and for accessing the value of predefined variable we are expected to use dollar. Dollar will handle outer part, or outer bracket will handles for dollar, and inner bracket will handles operations that is mentioned earlier. Control S, program is saved. Now once again I have to go for the terminal for execution. I will click the terminal. Now I am at the root. Whenever you are executing any kind of program and whenever you are reopening the terminal, then you are expected to verify whether you are at current directory or not. If without verifying it, we are looking for taking the permission with the help of chmod plus x, and the file name is while1 dot sh. It will show that directory is I cannot access. Why? Because we haven't changed the directory. We are at root directory and the program is saved in the directory named linux.25 linux 2025. How to change the directory? Directory can be changed with the help of cd space. Cd stands for change directory. Cd space directory name. What is name of directory? In my case, Linux 2025 is the directory name. Now look at the change. From root, I have shifted to Linux 2025. Once again, with that arrow key, I'm trying to use chmod. What is syntax of chmod? Chmod space plus x and file name with extension. Why chmod? For taking permission for execution. Press enter and I'm trying to execute the program. Dot dash and the program name. In my case, program name is while1.sh. Okay, line number 22. Okay, we haven't. Okay, I will try to, and just I will try to save it. Once again, I will go to the activities, then terminal. Once again, I have to go for cd space linux 2025 now. Look at the change. I was at root. I am currently in the directory linux 2025. Now for taking the execution permissions, chmod space plus x and the file name, that is while1.sh. Now I got the permission for execution. Now let us try to execute this program with dot dash while1.sh, and the output is numbers from 1 to 10 as we are mentioned. Program to display the numbers from